MGM is still looking for a leading man for the new Stargate franchise, and have they found him? Welcome to Sci-Trek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So I told you news a couple of months ago now that Liam Hemsworth was in conversations with Amazon and MGM to become the leading man for the new Stargate franchise. Amazon would really like all of the pieces of their jigsaw puzzle to be in place when they finally announce the new Stargate franchise. And one of those pieces is a leading man to take the show forwards. Or woman, could be a woman. In this case, it's a man. Now, that's kind of like how Amazon like to do things. They've done it with other projects. If you look at Warhammer and other things like that, they tend to always have the production team in place, at least one or two of the actors, the main actor in particular, and then they let it out and bled it out public to the world. Now, they did speak to Liam Hemsworth. Liam Hemsworth was apparently interested, and there were some very preliminary negotiations. Hemsworth ended up signing on to the fourth season of The Witcher. That's going to go well. Apparently, there was lots of reasons why that happened. One being that he started sort of like asking for producer roles and things, which is just stupid. But also because there was no showrunner in place, and there still isn't now. We're still having negotiations with Penguin and Parker. And a simple problem is that they probably are going to do a movie first. There isn't actually an executive in charge at MGM of movies, even though that role is being done by Amazon, so they are still moving forward with things. It was causing delays that Liam Hemsworth didn't want to wait for. People at MGM and Amazon have been looking for someone else, and they might have found him. The actor's name? Miles Teller. By the way, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sci-Trek is the place to go for all of your sci-fi news. We also have a Discord server, a merchandise store, and 9 Chevrons, the website where we put all of the stories regarding Stargate first. All of the links are in the description. Now, Amazon are looking for a very specific type of actor. They need somebody that will go, oh, I know him, but that is not so popular and so big that basically he would be too expensive. They need somebody as well that can carry a movie, but also carry a TV series. They think they found that man in Miles Teller. Now, that is almost certainly a name you won't know, but you do know him. He is Goose's son from Top Gun Maverick. He was also in that really terrible Fantastic Four movie a few years ago. He did play Mr. Fantastic, and he was very forgettable at it. Actually, he was Mr. kind of mediocre. The whole movie was. But he is a very, very accomplished actor. And this is the man that apparently MGM are currently looking at. So if you are a regular Sci-Trekker, you'll know that I have several sources that I talk to in and around MGM and Amazon. 2 of those sources have let me know, actually, that Miles Teller's agent was at MGM in the last few weeks. Miles Teller is currently signed on to the Creative Artists Agency, CAA, a very long-standing agency in Hollywood, still based in LA. Tracy Brennan is Miles Teller's agent, and according to my sources, she has had meetings. We don't know if they were face-to-face or over like Teams or something. We don't know for certain. With executives from MGM since the new year. So that's basically within the last week. My sources inform me this was a very early conversation, a kind of a, would he be interested? If he did, what sort of thing would he like to do? That kind of conversation. We're not anywhere near negotiations. We're not anywhere near an offer. I should also say that a lot of the whispers I'm hearing at the moment are about a movie, not a TV series at the moment. That when Stargate returns, it will be a movie first. Now, that isn't definite yet, but again, I'm hearing that there is apparently a script. Now, unfortunately, to protect my sources, I can't say any more than that, but the script is for a movie. Now, that doesn't actually really mean anything at this point. A lot of the time, they will write a script for a movie and it'll get turned into a 2-parter opener for a series or vice versa. Things like this happen all the time. Just because a script has been written for a movie doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. But it is interesting that this is floating around. And it is interesting that they're talking to an actor like Miles Teller, an actor that has done several movies in the past, an actor that I believe could carry a movie franchise, but also that has done television. He was a very popular character in Top Gun Maverick, Goose's son.
Talk to me, Goose. In there, for Christ's sake! Ice is in trouble. He's got no cover. Get in there, Maverick.
And I genuinely think he actually would be perfect for a franchise like Stargate, particularly if he was willing to invest the time. Now, that is a big sticking point. Is he going to be interested in investing the time into a franchise that this would require? This could take up the next 10 years of his life. He could be doing movies and a streaming series. Or would he just say, I'll sign up for the movie, but nothing else, thank you very much? Obviously, now we're just speculating. We have no bloody clue. But what I'm trying to say is, any actor that takes on this role is going to be investing a significant portion of their lives to the Stargate franchise. He or she are most definitely going to have to be really invested in that project if they're going to sign on the dotted line. So what has Miles Teller got in the works at the moment? Because when we can look at his IMDb and see maybe how likely this is. Obviously, if he's got projects through till 2027, it's not likely. Well, he doesn't. He has 2 movies currently in production, The Gorge and The Forge. They rhyme. Both these movies are not big budget blockbusters. They're relatively small productions and will probably only take up 3 or 4 months each, so nothing major there. He's doing a voice in a movie in 2024, The Ark and the Aardvark, and he has got something in early development for 2024 as well, The Life and Times of the Stopwatch Gang. But who knows if that'll even go into production. So he's not particularly busy. If he was tapped up for this, it's something he could potentially film by the end of the year, which if they go for a movie, that's the soonest they're going to start filming. And he is an actor of the right sort of caliber, i.e. big enough that you know who he is, but not so big that he would be too expensive or unwilling to do the TV element of the project. He's also got the bonus of actually coming off a massive success of Top Gun Maverick. So people are interested in Miles Teller again. People know the face, and people will perk up and take notice if he is announced as leading the Stargate franchise. So really, for Amazon and MGM, he would tick all the boxes. I'm just going to throw in here a very, very quick update as well about what's going on at Stargate at the moment. I did tell you in previous videos that just before the new year, there were meetings between Michael Wright, the head of scripted television at MGM, and Mark Fergus from Penguin and Parker. Those meetings didn't go particularly well. I have been reassured by several sources that that's normal conversations and normal negotiations, and that the relationship between Penguin and Parker and Amazon is very strong, that they will figure out, mostly it's about budget, they will figure out those numbers, and they're very confident that this will still continue to move forwards. There are new meetings this week, not between Mark Fergus and executives from MGM, so not Michael Wright, etc. But there are meetings between their teams this week, and those conversations are still going on. It's basically, I imagine, again, I'm speculating here, but they've the bosses have told them what the problems are, and they're going to try to maybe come up with some sort of counter proposal. Let's see what happens. Apparently, towards the end of this week or early next week, there are supposed to be meetings between Mark Fergus and Michael Wright again, and hopefully with Jennifer Salke from Amazon. But let's see how that develops in the coming weeks. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It really helps us out. And if you really want to support the channel, consider hitting the join button. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.